Bitcoin is important, and we got to keep an eye on this. So,
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Gareth Soloway breaks down Bitcoin's drop below $90,000, analyzing key support levels, market trends, and what's next for BTC. Will it recover or fall further? Let's dive in and find out.
we are slightly higher on the S&P right now, although the NASDAQ is struggling, and that's really where the negativity is, right? So we're seeing the S&P. Yesterday we closed right here, okay, on the SPY. We're trading ever so slightly higher. You can see right here, there was a little blip. That's all we got on the PCE data as the markets kind of breathed a sigh of relief when we got PCE. All right, and we'll write this out, PCE, right? This is month over month. It came in at 0.3%. And then the year-over-year numbers, okay, we got 2.5% inflation. And again, this is the favored gauge of inflation for the Federal Reserve. And so ultimately, this is what generally they're going to look to. And so it wasn't horrendous. It wasn't amazing either, but it wasn't a catastrophe. And again, I think that's why you're seeing this happening right here. But I will say this, if we look at the NVIDIA chart, if we look at the Palantir chart, SMCI, I'm going to go over these charts in just a little bit. We are seeing them continuing to fall pretty precipitously this morning. And again, that's telling me there's de-risking in tech. Money is running for cover, maybe even running into some oil names or some other names for protection. All right, let's go over the charts because there was a big factor on the S&P 500 yesterday, and it was this. So how long have we followed this trend lines, right? This general parallel-ish type pattern. Low pivots to low pivots, high pivots to high pivots. Look at what happened yesterday, folks. We did see a break below that level. Now, again, it hasn't confirmed. So, again, it's an unconfirmed breakdown. But this trend line, this bottom one here, this goes all the way back to October of 2023. So it's not like it's just a short-term, a few-month trend line. This is a trend line that has kept the trend on the S&P for literally well over a year, in fact, about a year and a half. And that, to me, if we confirm, sends another signal that the market is done with the bull side and moving more into a bearish side of the market. And again, by the way, I don't want you guys to think that because it's going into a bear doesn't mean that there's long opportunities. There's plenty of long opportunities. In fact, I'm going to be showing you some charts in just a couple minutes that are actually look to me to be great swing trading opportunities on those stocks that I just mentioned before, all right? So let's just take a quick look back to the computer here. We'll take a look at the QQQ. Now, we know the Qs broke here. We did confirm the possibility, and I went over this in Trading the Close, we might get a bounce back up. It's looking less and less likely. We're basically flat on the QQQ this morning, but I'll tell you, if we don't see a bounce in NVIDIA this morning, we could be looking at just a straight-out continuation fall. And just taking a look at the dramatic impact of this drop, if you take the high right here to yesterday's close, 7.5% in basically 1 week in terms of the NASDAQ 100's fall. That is an epic fall, folks. Again, you get into 10% range, and you're talking, major correction in the markets. All right, looking at NVIDIA here, folks, I want to move into this trend line here. This is the trend line I'm keeping a very close eye on. I want to actually bring this back. I was looking at this morning, and I'm like, man, this trend line goes back even further than I first thought. Take a look at that. So, in fact, we'll get rid of this, and I want to go over to the big board. So, if we go to the big board, we can see that this trend line starts back in March, or actually February of 2024 right here. Connects through the low in April, connects through this low in right around August. This is the August swoon, that big drop we saw in August where NVIDIA hit $90. It then climbed all the way back up, short-term, slightly higher highs. And again, notice how the highs on NVIDIA here all line up as well. This is the beauty of learning how to do trend lines. It really does tell you where support and resistance are. Going back to the lows, we dipped down here. It briefly got below, closed back above. And yesterday, look at what happened. We closed right on that line. Now today, where are we trading? At 117.74. That's after closing at 120. So we're already down about $2.50 on NVIDIA this morning, even though the NASDAQ 100 is not negative by much, if at all, at this point. But NVIDIA, Palantir's getting crushed again. That thing's down like $4 or $5 pre-market. But again, I do have a very important chart to look at on that. Now, before we move away from this chart on NVIDIA, where is the target if we break here? Well, couple things. Today for day trading, this low right down here, I think it's around 115. That to me will be something that I might day trade. Would I swing trade that long? No way. All right, if this is really breaking, this could be a much bigger move to the downside. Now, in terms of the next levels, I'll start to pay attention right in here. This level right here, if we drag that across, somewhere in this August low, the $90 range, that should be a major technical support. Now, again, that's still a long way lower, but in terms of markets, we know that they go up further than anyone thinks, and when things correct, they usually go down a lot further than anyone thinks as well. So I always like to err on the side of caution generally when I'm playing key levels.
Bitcoin's priced action remains unpredictable as traders debate whether the recent drop is a bear trap, a market bottom, or just an oversold bounce. After briefly surging to $85,000 on February 28, Bitcoin struggled to maintain upward momentum, raising concerns about its ability to establish a stable recovery. With prices tipping as low as $78,300, investors are closely watching whether bulls can provide enough volume to sustain a bounce. Crypto analysts suggest Bitcoin may enter a consolidation phase, likely ranging between $72,000 and $85,000 in the coming weeks. Market sentiment remains cautious, especially as traders brace for further volatility influenced by macroeconomic factors. While Bitcoin's 29% decline from its all-time high of $110,000 may seem dramatic, seasoned investors recognize this as a typical correction during bull markets. Historically, such pullbacks have often created prime buying opportunities, leaving many wondering if Bitcoin is gearing up for another breakout soon.
Followed along with me on Bitcoin. You've really been fine, and I've been guiding you every step of the way in these game plans. We talked about how price potentially was at a top up here. We said, okay, there's support. If it breaks support, where's it going to go? Most likely to about 75,000, 74,000. Well, in the overnight, we got down to about 77,000. So we got close. We're real close. It is getting a technical bounce here. I did pick up with crypto member Smart Money Crypto last night. I happened to wake up, and again, for some reason, I have this like mental alarm where when things are going on in the market, I just naturally wake up and take a look. So I woke up. I'm like, oh man, Solana's down. I'm going to add to this position. We're going to pick up this. I didn't pick up any Bitcoin. I did add some Ethereum though. But nonetheless, I'm going to wait for 75 or less on Bitcoin to start nibbling. But nonetheless, a lot of the other coins are into some key supports here. Either way, Bitcoin catching a little bit of a bid here. We'll watch to see. Don't be surprised. I feel like everyone was looking for this line. If you go almost on, any show, they're all talking about it. You go on any of these media-driven places, people were talking about this. So how does this play, all right? So oftentimes what will happen is they'll say, okay, well, everyone's expecting it to go here, so it comes here, then it bounces, then when it flushes through there, and then gets the bounce, kind of like faking everyone out. And again, just things that I've learned over 20 plus years, 26 years now of trading is that you have to be aware of when everyone is looking at something. No better example of that than the gold move, which got close to 3,000, but everyone was looking for 3,000. So what does it do? It starts to correct before 3,000, which again is very, very common. I've grown to expect that when everyone else is talking about the same level. You always want to follow things when no one else is following it. That's a good level. When everyone is talking about it, it usually will fail or has a higher propensity to not hit that level.
Bitcoin surged nearly 10% on Friday, reclaiming momentum after a volatile week as optimism spread through the crypto market. BTC rebounded to $85,372, marking a 7.41% gain in 24 hours, while Ethereum and XRP also posted strong rallies. The total cryptocurrency market capitalization climbed by over 6%, reflecting renewed investor confidence. The sudden upturn came after a groundbreaking announcement from the White House, signaling a shift in regulatory outlook and political engagement with digital assets. President Donald Trump is set to host the first-ever White House Crypto Summit on March 7, a move that has energized the market. David Sachs, the administration's eye in CryptoXR, confirmed that the summit aligns with Trump's commitment to making America a leader in digital assets. An official White House statement emphasized the administration's intent to create a regulatory framework that supports crypto innovation while ensuring economic freedom. It also criticized the previous administration's restrictive approach to the industry, promising a new era of financial technology. The summit will bring together top industry leaders, including crypto CEOs, investors, and policymakers, to discuss the future of regulation and market oversight. Meanwhile, the SEC announced a separate initiative, launching a 5-part roundtable series titled Spring Sprint Towards Crypto Clarity, set to begin on March 21. With the SEC also dropping its lawsuits against Coinbase and Binance, regulatory pressure on the industry is easing. Beyond regulation, rumors are swirling about a potential U.S. government Bitcoin reserve. While no official statement has been made, speculation has fueled renewed institutional interest in Bitcoin, adding another layer of excitement to the ongoing rally. If you've been with us so far, a big thank you. Don't forget to subscribe for free to Bitcoin Zella for your daily news. The link is waiting below. That's all for today's crypto news. Stick around for more updates, insights, and analysis on cryptocurrencies. Share your thoughts in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more exciting content.